the Boone Pickens Stadium, Stillwater, Oklahoma, home to the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. Pistol Pete ready to start firing those pistols for the battle we have in store. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we see the number 17 in the country, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Cowboys will put total leather and will get started. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. This crowd tried to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Here's the handoff. He steps out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Running behind that left side. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. To throw, it's Childs. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. Hard-hitting tackle.
You know, if you're going to complete some of these deep crossing patterns, the offensive line has got to be able to hold up because you know that receiver, it's going to take him time to get where he needs to be. So everybody up front really has to do a nice job of creating a clean pocket for the QB to throw from. Really good execution.
This is what Spartan running backs do. They get behind their pads, they move the chains. Le'Veon Bell among many who've been great at that.
And Kenneth Walker, man, you pull back a couple years ago, such a great season, too. But just that's their physicality. That's the brand that they've had. That's what their coaches embrace. You know, not being the quote-unquote main team in their state, but they're going to hit you in the face and they're going to play physical.
Now on second down. Leaves it with the back. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
That is a statement play right away. You're playing on the road. The stadium's loud and noisy. You want to quiet him down, run the football down the defense's throat.
And the Spartans look to keep this drive humming. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds his man. It's Parachek. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. This guy fits that Spartan quarterback mold, a guy who makes plays, a Jeff Smoker, a Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, a guy that you can depend on. You got to find a guy that can complement who you are and what you are, and so you can get a lot of the fans going, go green, go white. Find the complement at quarterback to this offense.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes. You want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them relief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Here comes the seventh play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing third down. Back to throw, it's Childs. Unloads to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Yeah, third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. Finds his man enough for the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of hands.
Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On second down, they'll take to the air. Dances away from the heat. Bought a little time, lets it go. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Nice job by the quarterback. Evading the rush, getting outside the blocking, and then not turning the football over. It's so hard not to try to force the football down the field. Good job. Incompletion. Next play.
Floats it out in space. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Powers forward. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Smarty.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Got room at the 35. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
There's a lot of different ways this offense can attack you throwing the ball. One of them is getting the running back going, and the screen is a great way to get him lathered up and get the defense starting to think about him a little bit more now.
They'll throw it on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Working the middle. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered. An explosive play to the 40.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
Now from the 40, it's first and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. We'll give him a couple on that one. Second and 8 coming up.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And he was looking into the end zone, but it's incomplete. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He wants to throw here on second down. He makes a grab. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, but the defense tackles him at the 3.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
On the move. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he's got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And he had the extra point to finish the drive. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as they stop at the 14. Spartans have him back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Here comes the offense on second down. Dropping back, it's Child. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And they finally hold him down, but not before the good catch and run.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle.
Pulls it in on the right. Can anyone catch it? And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Michigan State.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there a difficult guy to stop now for this defense moving forward.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was.
He wants to go deep. And he makes the catch inside the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup. And then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, let him go. speed, couldn't catch him, gets in the end zone for 6.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Colorado State is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Cam the Ram isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Fresno State. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They're bringing heat. Buys a little time with his feet. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Scanning the field, it's Childs. Now improvising. Want a little time, lets it go. Firing to the right, complete. And they swarm him under.
All right, defense, you know coming into this game and playing a fast quarterback, you know it's not going to be easy getting him on the ground. You got to start thinking about how you're pass rushing. You know, rushing right up the middle and allowing him to get outside, it's going to be a tough task.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Turner. At midfield, he's got room. He's off to the races. Touchdown Spartans. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with a big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. How about this Spartan defensive front making plays like the legendary Bubba Smith?
And if you're going to have a great defense in East Lansing, it's going to be up front. It's going to be those big boys dominating like Bubba Smith, like Jarrell Worthy, really eating up those blockers up front, making plays, stopping the physical ground game.
On second down, he's looking downfield. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. Going up against one of the best defenses in the country, you've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. He's got his man, and he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
This could absolutely spin this game in another direction. They're going for it inside their own 30. They make the stop, but the sweet bullet catch is ready to give them a first down.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And he's got it inside the 25. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from me.
Well, it didn't take long for this guy to leave his impact in the game, guys. With that catch, this guy's already over 100 yards in the game, and we're not even done the first half.
And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking to throw. They'll run the screen. Touchdown, Cowboys! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. All even up after that one. Basically a brand new game.
And with the tie, guess what? Back to the offense. Back to the offense. This defense can get a stop. These offenses have been hungry.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's perfect. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
Yeah, a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Puts it on in midfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Spartans very efficient with this passing game.
You like that, Reese? You like that? I think so. This is an offense that, listen, when you've got a guy back there that can be efficient. Make no mistake, they're going to run the football, but when you get that Kirk Cousins guy, you start to really like the offense.
Comes out throwing on first down. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack from this defense.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling his D-line, guys, you got to get after this guy. You have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
To the air, it's Child. Dumps it to the back. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Balls and fired complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks. And you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Makes a grab enough for the first. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is, too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
How about this? They go empty 5 wide on 2nd and 2. A designed run for the quarterback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB design run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front. Guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for release.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. On 3rd and short, the power run here. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
And a nice, solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Timeout, Oklahoma State.
The Spartans will try to punch it in on first and goal. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll run it on first and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. They'll immediately call timeout. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Using his feet. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Smarty.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Just 9 seconds to go in the half. Let's see if they try to get another one. Looking to move it through the air. They're working that left side. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Forced down in the pocket. He gambles and throws one all the way back to the left. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Spartans will kick it away to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
If I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Just the defense has to catch up in the second half.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to start making plays, but you can only control what you can control. So for the offense, go out, do your job, trusting that your defense is going to make a play.
Motion from the offense. On second down, wants to throw. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Sparty's defensive front is dominating. They have a great history of doing that.
Yeah, getting after the quarterback, man. Getting off the football, getting upfield, being disruptive, being a great defense that can stop the run and find the quarterback. Man, that's what you'd like to see if you're a Spartans fan.
He's going to take off. Oh, what a cut! And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do.
Quick completion to the right.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit to the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. Wide out in motion. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Really nice job by the defense. Here in the second half, they've got to have a mentality with the lead. If we just don't give up any more points, we get the W. We got to make big plays on 3rd down. They made a big one there.
All the numbers and stats will show you going for it on 4th down in this area of the field really puts pressure on a defense. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
I like the idea to go for it there on 4th down. You're basically at midfield, and you've got to have confidence in your guys to be able to go out. You've got experience in this offense. Guys have made these types of plays before. That time, the defense stepped up. They bowed up and made a better play and take over. Now you need your defense to get on the field in a sudden change situation and get you the football back.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. On the run, fires downfield. And the pass is picked off.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job on the defense closing it off, making the interception.
Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
Instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd and 10 from the 28. They'll throw again after the incompletion. The sure hands, it's Fields. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Here on 3rd down for this offense. The back goes in motion. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And it's picked off. Taking it the other way. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed. It's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan State. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Pocket starts to relax. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Man, this defensive end is a monster. I mean, you've seen his athleticism and his speed and his bend and his flexibility. He now has 2 sacks, and there's still a lot of football to play.
Coming after it. And he was hit just as he was moving.